Sometimes, help comes from the most unexpected place. Not from a rescue helicopter, not from a GPS signal, but from a silent set of eyes, watching you through the trees. This is a story of being lost, and being found by something wild, and somehow kind. Ethan was an experienced hiker. He had done the Smoky Mountains, the Rockies, even a solo trip through parts of Iceland. So when he set out to explore a remote pine forest in British Columbia, he didn't bring fear, just a backpack, his camera, and enough food for 2 days. But what he didn't plan for was the storm. Heavy rain, freezing wind, fog so thick it erased the trail. He tried to retrace his steps, but the forest had already closed in around him. His phone had no signal. His compass malfunctioned. And by the 3rd day, so did his hope. Ethan found a shallow cave, crawled in, curled up. He hadn't eaten in 36 hours. His water bottle was empty. He thought of his sister, of how she warned him not to go alone, of how he promised he'd be careful. He whispered into the night, "If anyone's out there, anything, help me." That's when he heard it, a rustle, a sound of paws brushing through the frost. Then, eyes, golden, low to the ground, watching him. A fox. He blinked, sure it was a hallucination, but the fox didn't vanish. It stood at the edge of the cave, tilted its head, then disappeared into the trees. 10 minutes later, it came back. This time closer. This time with a dead squirrel in its mouth. It dropped the squirrel, then ran. Ethan couldn't believe it. He didn't have the strength to cook, but raw protein meant survival. The next morning, the fox returned again. No prey this time, just presence, just those golden eyes that never left him. On the 5th day, Ethan could no longer stand. He was fading, but the fox barked, sharp, urgent, then ran. And something strange happened. It came back, then ran again, like it wanted him to follow. He crawled out of the cave, every limb heavy. But he followed. Not far, just beyond a ridge, he saw it. A trail of orange flags, search team markers. The fox had led him to them. Minutes later, 2 volunteers found him. One said, "Had you stayed in that cave another night, you wouldn't have made it." They tried to track the fox afterward. They never found it. But Ethan remembers, not just the eyes, but the silence that felt like understanding. He doesn't tell people it saved his life. He says, "It reminded me that even in the wildest places, there's still something watching out for us." And maybe that's enough, because sometimes the wilderness doesn't just take you in, it brings you home. Ethan now returns to that same forest every year, same month, same trailhead. He brings food, leaves it near the mouth of the cave. Sometimes it's untouched. Sometimes it's gone by morning. He never sees the fox, but he always whispers the same thing into the trees. "Thank you. I'm still here." If this story touched your heart, subscribe for more cinematic true stories that prove nature's miracles are never far away. Like, comment, and share to keep this story of hope and instinct alive.